Hey everyone, Nick here and welcome back to Gamerjoob, and welcome back to our Five Nights at Freddy's character concept series. So in today's video, the character we're looking into is known as Shredderbot. So we're going to this character's backstory, gameplay mechanics, and all that good stuff as well. But before doing any of that, do be sure to leave a like and subscribe to Gamerjoob, as it helps a lot and it's greatly appreciated. It also keeps you updated with the videos that we post. But alrighty, with that all out of the way, let's get into the character concept for Shredderbot. So previously in our Five Nights at Freddy's character concept series, we've been looking into the strange factory that manufactures all the animatronics for the circus. In classic FNAF fashion, majority of these mascot characters haven't been friendly and are quite dangerous. But fortunately for the player, in the latest episode, they met a friendly character known as Barkley the Clown. Barkley helped them survive another night in this forsaken factory. But all of these circus characters aren't the only animatronics here. In fact, there were actually a number of dedicated animatronics that worked here at the factory, and one character in particular was quite an interesting case. They weren't anything special, but they had their purpose and a job to do. So let's meet this hard-working character now. So the character we're introducing is known as Shredderbot. Shredderbot is an animatronic worker here at the factory. His one and only purpose is shredding papers and documents. His body was built similar to the other endoskeletons, but he had some other features. His main feature being his inbuilt shredder. With this shredder, he could shred and destroy multiple different items and objects. So that's pretty much all Shredderbot does. He has one job and he does it to the best of his abilities. So why are we covering this specific character? There doesn't seem to be anything quite important about this workerbot. And for the most part, that's true. He's just a worker and that's pretty much it. But that's not the reason why his case is being looked into. The most interesting detail is the specific incident that happened to the Shredderbot. So, not much is known about this specific incident. All we do know is the Shredderbot underwent a drastic change. Mysteriously, out of the blue, Shredderbot disappeared. The workers couldn't find him anywhere and had no idea what happened. The late-night factory worker remembers shutting down for the night and locking up the factory. And then, by the morning, Shredderbot was gone. To this day, it remains a mystery as to where he vanished off to. But a few days later, some strange instances started to appear. The workers began to notice a number of damaged endoskeletons had been scattered around the factory. They were in pretty bad shape and beyond repair. From the looks of the damage, it almost looks like these endos have been shredded. But how could that be? There wasn't any machinery that could really shred metal like this. After a few more days, more of the damaged endos started turning up. They were scattered and thrown all over the place. As far as anyone could guess, none of the workers had a clue as to what was happening. They were all getting concerned and wanted to get to the bottom of this mystery. So, one of the morning shift workers volunteered to stay the night and record some footage. They were sure if they filmed the factory overnight, then they could catch whoever it was in the act. So, as night fell and the factory was locked up, this brave volunteer started to walk around the factory and film whatever they could. They weren't sure what they would catch on film, but they were determined to uncover the truth. So this is what's causing all the trouble. Is that Shredderbot? It can't be. Its body is far too large. It's almost like it's an amalgamation of Shredderbot and the other endos. Whatever this thing is, it must be stopped. The player has located the morning worker's camera and they can see everything. Unfortunately, they now know what happened to the morning worker and seen their untimely end. At this moment, they're the only one who knows what's happened, and if it isn't stopped, it'll tear this factory apart. So the player needs to come up with a plan. They'll try and trap it and hopefully destroy this thing. So their plan is as follows. They'd take a bunch of endos from the assembly line and pile them up in the middle of the factory. Hopefully this would lure this monstrosity out into the open, and that's when the player would put their plan into motion. So once the bait has been set, now all that's left to do is wait. And it didn't take long for Shredderbot to show himself. He went straight for the endos and started shredding away. Now is the player's chance to spring the trap. Moments later, they pull a lever and a net falls down over Shredderbot. It wraps around and ensnares this terrible monstrosity. They've done it. They captured this rogue Shredderbot, and now all that's left to do is shut down. All of a sudden, Shredderbot extended blades all over his body and sliced through the net. He then charges straight towards the player. He knocks them over and pins them to the ground. With nowhere else to go, it looks like this might be the end for our protagonist. Just before they meet their end, they close their eyes. But nothing happens. They open their eyes and see that Barkley has come to their rescue. He's jammed his hands into the shredder in order to save the player. With one last ditch effort, Barkley leaps with the Shredderbot through a wall. They both crash through the wall and fall down into the lower depths of the factory. As if this was all over was still a mystery. Hopefully Barkley was still okay and the Shredderbot was taken care of. But the player can't know for sure. This brave animatronic has saved their life multiple times now. The player can't thank him enough. Truth be told, they don't know why Barkley kept saving all the workers at the factory. Maybe it was in his programming. Or maybe it was just truly in his nature. The worker needs to return the favour and go save Barkley. But who knows what could be lurking down in the depths of the factory? The player wasn't sure. But they need to be brave like Barkley. Hopefully he'd be in one piece and Shredderbot would be no more. But as to if that will be the case, there's only one way to find out. So I think that the idea of the Shredderbot would be pretty interesting to see. He would definitely be a creepy character and would add a lot more horror to the game. It turns out that we do know there is a Shredderbot worker at the factory in Secret of the Mimic, and as to if they'll play a significant role is another question. But until then, we'll just have to wait and see until the game releases. Alrighty everyone, that's all we have for today's video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please consider leaving a like, commenting and subscribing as it helps a lot and it's greatly appreciated. As always, do be sure to comment down below what you thought of Shredderbot and what you'd like to see going forward. And lastly, just a big thank you for everyone who watched today's video and helped support it. Also a very big thank you to our Gamerjoob members who help support the channel as well. If you'd like to be a Gamerjoob member, then do be sure to click the link down below or the join button. You get some pretty cool perks and you also help support the channel as well. But as always, you don't need to be a Gamerjoob member to enjoy our content. It's only if you'd like to and if you're able to. But alrighty everyone, until our next FNAF character concept video, I'll catch you later. Bye.